masks are not required on airplanes after the travel mask mandate was struck down. That means the TSA will not enforce the rule at airports and other transportation hubs. The news comes after a federal judge in Florida today ruled that the CDC exceeded its authority and failed to follow proper rulemaking. The question now is, will the federal government appeal that decision? Well, the Association of Flight Attendants is weighing in tonight, urging calm from passengers, saying it usually takes 24 to 48 hours to implement new procedures. The CDC still recommends masks for all travelers. Now, all this comes as COVID-19 cases are once again on the rise, driven by that BA.2 subvariant. CBS's Nikki Battiste is going to start us off from Philadelphia, where an indoor mask mandate was just reinstated. There's a lot to get news to get to. Good evening, Nikki.
Norah, good evening. We are just getting clarity from the administration on that judge's ruling today, saying they are reviewing the judge's order, but that for now, the TSA will not enforce the mask mandate on public transportation. And adding to all of that confusion, as you mentioned, there is a new mask mandate here in Philadelphia that took effect today. That means about 20,000 fans here to see the 76ers play tonight will have to mask up once again. You can now fly or ride the buses and trains mask-free. The move comes just hours after a federal judge in Florida ruled it was unlawful. Today, a U.S. district judge said the court accepts the CDC's argument that masks will limit COVID-19 transmission, but that alone was not sufficient to exceed the agency's authority. Infectious disease specialist Dr. Celine Gounder says it's still too soon.
We don't know how the BA.2 variant is going to play out across the country. As of right now, my advice as a physician to anybody traveling on a plane would be to continue wearing a mask when you're traveling on public transportation, including on an airplane.
Meanwhile, Philadelphia is the only U.S. city bringing back indoor masks as a precaution. There has been a 67% increase in COVID cases in the last 10 days. That's an average of over 200 COVID cases per day.
I think it's a mistake.
Philadelphia restaurant owner Yehuda Seychelle is concerned the revived mandate will hurt business again.
When masks were mandated, people are less inclined to go out to the city specifically. You know, the city, there's a lot of people that live in the city, but really the city thrives off people coming from the suburbs.
A group of 22 business owners and residents is suing the city, seeking to overturn the mask mandate.
Philadelphia actually did away with the CDC guidelines as a standard, and they've invented their own guidelines. They're making this stuff up.
In response to the lawsuit, the city says it has the legal authority.
The role of the CDC is really to provide minimum guidelines in terms of what is safe. So a city like Philadelphia can decide to be more aggressive about what they require, and other places might choose not to be so aggressive.
It is now up to individual airlines to decide if they will require masks. Delta, United, and Alaska Airlines are the first to say effective immediately. The passengers do not have to wear masks on their planes. But just to reiterate, Norah, the CDC does still recommend wearing a mask on public transportation. Norah?
Nikki Battiste with all that news. Thank you.